Welcome back, everybody. We got 2 more episodes left, but
Yeah.
this one is a
Special
good one.
It's a good one.
Today we have another probably our best guest we have,
Yeah,
of course,
say.
Carter Sanderson. He just won the Clark Championship with his team, the Lumberjacks.
Yep.
They have a YouTube channel, of course.
Yeah.
Big series was Earn the Axe, and they definitely earned it.
Yes.
And
sure.
so
what a game too, and we got to watch it live.
we got to
that
watch
was
the
awesome
last
too.
one.
I
So
love that.
here is Carter, man. What's up, dude? We're again super pumped to have you here and super excited. That was a fun
It was awesome
overtime game, dude. To win that on the road. Tell us a little bit like how you felt on the bench, because watching it, you were the first guy on that pile up. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So how just run us through like how that felt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even on the bench, like most of us didn't even know that it went in. Like it went 5-hole, and like there was one of our defenders, and then there was a whole scrum in front of the net, and so didn't really see it. But then, I mean, once I saw the player who scored, Jack Chris, kind of react to it, it was unreal. I mean, even like during the game, like while plays were happening, even after we scored, the atmosphere was unreal. Like cowbells, like
Yeah, that
that
stadium
was
was
yeah.
packed,
Those
too.
cowbells were getting a little annoying for me, like listening to it.
for
But
sure.
that was such a fun.
It was an
I'm
intense
happy
game, man.
I was able to watch at least the last one.
I know.
You know, it was on Facebook Live, so it was really fun to watch, man.
Yeah, that second period. I watched the second period and the third period. I mean, it was scoreless in the third, but like you guys tied the game up in the second period, and then the third period just going with scoreless it was just nerve wracking. It was like, who is gonna score? I was like, oh, it was just please somebody score. And I was just getting there, and then then going to overtime, and it's just like, well, this is it. It's sudden death. It's anybody's game now. It's just like who can take it.
Yeah. So, do you guys? Are you guys? I know you guys did a parade and you did community stuff with it. Did you guys like? And I know at the hotel I saw some pictures as well on your story that you guys took. But did you guys like the Stanley Cup? Do you have a day with it at all, or are you guys just one big thing?
I guess like I don't really know. I mean, like our head coach just left Muskegon. Like there's a whole different like thing going on in Muskegon right now than what there was a week ago. I mean, and so like we all celebrated. It was Tuesday night. We stayed at the hotel in Waterloo still, and then we left. Best bus trip ever on Wednesday back to Muskegon. And then yeah, we had so it'd be Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and then Friday we had like exit meetings, and so most guys left Friday and Saturday, and so I guess we just hung out as a team the whole time. Like, I mean, there was like fan stuff in there too, but
so you got some time with the cup then? Did you get time to hold in the cup?
Yeah, we literally held it around, like we walked it around town, like everybody knew what was going on, and so that was pretty cool. But
that's awesome.
So with that, you know, your coach leaves now. You got actually a lot of different coaches actually what's going on around you, but so a new coach. So what do you guys feel like next year is going to be now with your new coach?
I mean, he was our associate coach too. He came in like late January, early February, I think it was, maybe late February. But he's been there for a couple months now, and so he got hired as head coach, and I really like him. His name's Colton St. Clair. He's good friends with Noel Needham. I don't know if you know who that is in Sioux Falls. And then I guess he called me the other day, and he's like, yeah, I'm already starting to put like pieces together for next year, like big leadership roles, and so that'll look really good next year. So I'm excited for that.
I was gonna say it kind of looked like you're playing that third, fourth line, and yeah, hopefully you can get some more minutes up there. And
you're a physical guy too.
Yeah,
you love to hit. You like the contact. It seems like you're always in there on the scrum, especially in the corners. You definitely do not shy away from those corners. I like that.
For sure. Yeah. And somebody's got to do it. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man. If you be the guy, man.
I love it
for sure.
So talking about coaches now. UND, right? They get they fired their coach now from a long time. They bring in their assistant coach as well. Has he reached out to you, or like how does that all work out for you? Do you have to go through the process again, or is he communicated with you like, yeah, you're still a part of this team?
Yeah, he's called me. He's called my dad. He's called my advisors. He's called coaches in Muskegon. He's really excited about me to be up there in a couple of years. So I'm all set there. I mean, it does suck to see Brad leave, who was one of the main guys who recruited me, but at the same time, Dane will be just fine.
9. Okay. That's when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I hope that doesn't ruin anything, because you never know, because a lot of times they want to just throw away stuff and rebuild. But I felt like too. I'm like, well, he's not there. He's not going to be like, you're gone. He's still going to be. You're going to be able to develop at UND. So.
Oh yeah, and I imagine you got next year with the Lumberjacks, and then whatever goes after that, because like I know like you guys. You see UND like got players coming in, from like the CHL, like the Canadian Hockey Leagues, and seeing that, but then like those guys I think only play for like a year and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And so it's just like something, maybe not something to worry about too much.
No, yeah, not worried at all. Should be good.
Good. I'm excited for you. You got anything on the Lumberjacks or what?
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, what do you have like plans for like in the off season, like training and all that, like the stuff you're gonna work on? Like, right now, are you back home? I assume then and everything.
Yeah, right now I've been in Pierre since I think it was a week on Saturday, and so I've been here for a week now. My training group started yesterday in Sioux Falls actually, but I told Noel I wasn't going to be there because I wanted to take my season was 9 months long and it was every day, and so I was like, I'm just going to take a break for 2-3 weeks here, and then I'll come down to Sioux Falls. I skate and work out Monday through Thursday. And then my parents have a farm like 30 minutes north of Sioux Falls, so I work on that in the summer and then help Noel with like little kid training stuff.
I saw that on South Dakota website that
really?
they praise you, man, for sure. You they got you and like Haley Holland or Caitlin Holland or one of them, and they're Carter Sanderson's going to be here. He was part of the USA Hockey and South. Yeah, so I was like, awesome. He's getting. They're really pushing you too, so that's good. But yeah, I know that I know you trained down there. We talked about that early on in the year. So 3 weeks, and so what do you do? Is it just like your day? Just kind of like wake up, you skate, you work out, and just keep repeating, and of course helping out the little kids and stuff.
Yeah, I'll walk you through it. So I'm gonna live in Flandreau. Like Monday through Thursday, I'll live in Flandreau where our farm is. And then on the weekends, I'll come back to Pierre so I can be with friends and stuff like that. But so I'll live in Flandreau. Right now, my plan is to wake up around like 6:30 or so, and then be at the farm by 7. Work from 7 to like 9:30, and then go down to Sioux Falls. Noel is a training group. It's I think it's 2015s and 16s. That trained from 10:30 to 11:30, and so I'll help her with that, and then take like an hour break. My workout starts at 12:30 to 1:30, and then I skate from 2:30 to 3:30, and then after that I'll drive back up to Flandreau, work on the farm, do whatever I'm doing that night. So it's not as strenuous as the regular season, obviously, but it's good to.
I would say though, that farming stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's a workout itself, man. Like you ain't stopping.
It's gonna win you some fights right there. You can be able to tug down a little harder on those jerseys.
That's
for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna be. Almost sounds like you're gonna be more busy,
right?
than during the season. But
at least you get, it sounds like you'll be spending a lot of time with family and all that, so that's good. Because since you're away for so long during the season, I'm sure they can't come down and see you too often.
Yeah,
it's probably pretty nice to spend like the whole summer with them.
Yeah.
How talking about family, how was it having your mom and dad at that game, winning the Clark Cup?
Yeah, so my mom, she's the president at Lake Area, and so she couldn't make it. She was at graduation, but my dad and my uncle came down, and so they were both there. But yeah, it was great. Like, I mean, I guess having them there and having some family support there was really, really cool.
Yeah, and did you have like a little celebration when you got home? Like, was there like a crowd waiting for you to get home or something to like maybe celebrate?
I mean,
like back in Pierre, I should say,
Oh, back in Pierre? Nah. Yeah. My parents were in New Mexico when I got back home, so I guess not really.
Probably not. Yeah, not a lot of people know about it, but
maybe not. Yeah.
So that's probably a championship that Pierre hasn't had for hockey for a long time.
Forever. Yeah, I don't know anybody who.
2011.
2011.
Oh, okay. Okay. Jeez.
That is crazy.
As well. So what would we compare? Because I know you were on Team South Dakota, and you won with Team South Dakota at Nationals. And obviously, I'm sure this can't compare to it, but like, is it pretty close? I mean, I'm sure. Would you put this Clark Cup above than going out winning with Team South Dakota and everything?
For sure. I mean, going into Team South Dakota, I mean, at that point, I thought we were all on top of the world. Like, it was so cool. But then, I guess, winning at one of the highest levels of, like, the highest level of junior hockey that you can possibly play, it's unreal.
Were you guys? I mean, you guys pretty much, you lose basically. You only lose like the first series. I think you lose one game, and then you sweep the next two series. Yeah. And then you get down early in the championship series. Like, were you guys worried at all during that time, or were you? I'm sure because you guys were just kind of rolling through the competition at that point. So you got to been.
Yeah, no, we weren't worried at all. I mean, in a playoff run, you're going to lose a couple games, and so I mean, it was all belief and no hope, and so we all did what we needed to do, and obviously ended up winning. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that was. Again, that was not to see, like, we were checking because of course you weren't playing usually on the weekends, it was during the week, but we would check and be like, dude, they won again and again and again, like, they're just going. It's like, holy cow,
games. They're 2, 3, 4 goal games.
Yeah,
so
I was just like,
yeah,
because following you guys along, it was like, you guys maybe had a few games here that were a little bit bigger, gap of scoring, but they're usually pretty darn close. And then just seeing here, you guys just, especially not even getting a first round bye either, and just steamrolling those guys.
Yeah, you rolled through, dude.
Yeah,
roll through them. Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, that first round bye hurt them, I think, because you guys were just so confident and you just went right through them.
Yeah. So, no, dude. Yeah, now you won here. Now you got to win in college, and hopefully the Stanley Cup.
That's all it's next.
Oh no, he froze. Oh no, dude.
I did freeze.
No, shoot, man. Did we lose him?
Might have lost connection.
Yeah, we lost connection.
No. Well, I mean.
Well, he's still here.
Still here.
Still here.
Okay. Can you hear us?
No.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, we lost connection.
No idea what that was.
I guess, what we said pretty much here. I'm not sure what you missed, but yeah, you won here now you won for Team South Dakota.
Yep.
You won here in the best juniors you can imagine.
Yep.
Now you got to win a college, and now you got to win a Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Yeah, you're halfway there, dude. Halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hoping to do both of those things, but yeah.
Yeah, we're super excited.
Yeah.
Again, we will be looking for when you come down to Sioux Falls. Or no, you come to Sioux Falls, right? Or was it Nebraska?
Oh yeah, we go to Sioux Falls next year.
Okay, okay. Because I didn't know because you said you kind of go every other, and I couldn't remember which one it was. But we'll definitely look forward to that. We're gonna try our hardest to get down there and watch those games and cheer you on. And
I should kick some ass, kick some Sioux Falls.
Yeah, if I don't see a fight, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, we're super excited, man. We're super thankful that you come on here.
Yeah.
We we want to showcase you, and we want to showcase what South Dakota players are capable of doing. So again, congrats and thank you so much for being here with us.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. We'll talk soon, man. Have a good off season.
Yeah,
and
enjoy it.
We'll keep in touch.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah,
Bye.
Thank you. What a stud.
Yeah, man,
what a stud,
awesome.
Man.
Go from, playing here, up here and everything, and Falls Power, Team South Dakota, and then moving on, play USHL, Tier 1, junior hockey and all that, and then being able to win the Clark Cup in your first season.
Yeah, dude.
First season as a rookie is just like, it's incredible. It's just awesome, man.
Yeah.
Just stuff that, some people will never experience. It's something you get to experience.
Yeah. This is, again, I'm glad we were able to. We appreciate Carter so much. We're happy that he takes the time. We try to make it short as possible for him.
Yeah, we know he's got a busy schedule.
As you can tell, he's gonna have a busy schedule. So we are very, very fortunate to be able to do this with him. So
To be more excited for next season, especially if we can go down and watch him play. Dude.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
that'd
awesome.
Be dope. Yeah. So with that being said, We have one episode left.
Mhm.
After this episode, we are one more. It'll be the winner of the Stanley Cup, and
It'll be a short one.
yeah, it'll be short. We'll talk about kind of the plan going forward,
Yeah.
and we'll go from there. But
Mm.
as of right now, we will jump into the semi-final or the conference finals that just
Yeah.
took place.
Mhm. And right now, as of right now, the time that we were recording this is 30 minutes away from the Stanley Cup final starting.
No, that's
Right.
tomorrow.
No, it's today.
It's tomorrow.
I looked today.
It's
and I was.
tomorrow, dude. You did this last time. It's tomorrow. Today's
I literally went to
Tuesday.
scores. Oh, it says Wednesday.
The-
Why would it go right to Wednesday
Yeah, I
then when I
don't-
open up
'cause
NHL?
it- yeah, but you're supposed to click on today and then yeah.
Oh, see, that's dumb. Why would it go there? It's like it's supposed to open up on the day of.
I
Well,
knew
whatever.
you were gonna do that too.
Yeah. Well.
So
either way.
tomorrow.
Well, actually, I mean, no, it is. You know, to you guys, if you just ignore the part where I said as of when it's recording, it will be at the time.
Yeah, unless you watch it Thursday, then it's.
Yeah. That's what Thursday.
But anyways, let's head on over. Like I said, we've been starting with the Western Conference. So we'll start with the Western Conference already.
Can you say both Eastern and Western conferences were kind of disappointing?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. 4-1, and I think honestly, well, yeah, we can talk about both of them, I guess. Dallas and Carolina both did not show up.
No,
Just didn't show up.
it was bad. I mean, like the first round, electric. And the second round is even, they had series that were good. I mean, like the Washington series wasn't that great, but the Florida and Toronto series was great.
Mhm.
The Dallas series was great. Edmonton series, they did take it, but they had some games, the moments that were good. Man, this conference series final. I mean, we're both.
Yeah.
Like basically gentlemen sweeps.
Yeah.
You could pretty much say they got swept.
Yeah, talking about Dallas first here in the Edmonton, again, I said last time that if Brandon doesn't show up, they're not really gonna win games, and he didn't show up. He showed up in the first 2 rounds, and it's a great addition for him.
Mm.
But he didn't show up when it mattered in the conference finals, and I think both Dallas and Carolina are in the same spot where they can get to the conference finals, but they can't finish it off. So what are they missing? I have no idea.
Yeah, because I mean, they're not like they're teams that are lacking. Like,
No.
They have what they have. They have peace. They have everything they really need. It's just they don't know what it takes to get over the hump. And that definitely showed why Edmonton and Florida are the 2 best teams in the NHL.
Yeah, it's not even. It's just crazy.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, both of them did. So yeah, with Dallas, I'm not sure really what they're gonna do.
Well, I think that first of all, DeBoer's
I was gonna say,
coaching position is probably up in the air right now.
yeah,
It sounds like if he's
But-
going to come back, but he does only have 1 year left on his contract.
yeah,
So
but that doesn't matter. There's coaches that had 3 years and they'd be like, yeah, you're done.
yeah, I know,
But-
especially with those comments that he said and kind of how he heard.
Yeah, so that's my So it's depends on what the GM wants to do, or even if Pete decides to step down, or whatever.
He's kind of failed twice.
But-
He failed first
Well,
with
he's
Vegas.
been having the last 4 years. He's either missed the playoffs, or no, is it 4? I don't even. Maybe
No, it'd be
I don't know. But he missed. He was with Vegas. He made it to conference finals, lost, missed the playoffs, came to Dallas, I believe, and then he made it. He's made it now to the conference finals last 3 times, and they just can't get over that hump.
I mean, he might be 7-0, or he might be undefeated in Game 7
Sevens,
games, but
but-
still, I mean, obviously that's not mattering.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what they need to do. I feel like Dallas is a solid team, but now they got to regroup and figure out what to do. And
Yeah, like because you got
But
guys like
I don't know.
is Sagan gonna be back? Because Robertson showed up, he did good, but Marchman didn't play very good. Rope Hintz played good, but obviously he got hurt, with all that stuff in that
Yep.
round, and so that didn't help him at all. But you had Heiskanen out, but he came back and he played well. But I don't know. It's just it's like what do you do? I mean, because like you said, Rantanen, he didn't score at all. Sagan and Ben came through in Game 1, but after that they were no shows.
yeah,
And when you only score, I think what was it, games 3, 4, or maybe 2, 4, and 5. I think it was 2, 4, and 5 or something. They only get like 2 goals. Like it's again just like the Washington series. You can't win a series if you're only going to score a couple goals across a few games.
yeah.
Like you can't win, and then you can't put everything on Ottinger either.
No,
It's not like he was playing horrible. He wasn't playing great like he's seen him play before.
Yeah.
But you have no help, and he can't freaking score goals too. So there's only so much he can do.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't know. Dallas is gonna be a surprising one.
Like, I mean, and even if you were to say that they can get him a Marner, does that even take him over the hump? Because
They won't
Marner,
be able to. That's the
I
thing.
mean, because Marner's good in the first few games of the 7-game series, but when you look at the back half of the 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
he really falls off, especially when it comes to Game 7, and that's kind of where you need somebody to elevate you when it comes to those games for the series, for them at least, because they've got scoring early on.
I think we can talk about I think we could talk about Toronto forever.
Yeah.
Like,
they're golfing now.
Yeah, they're golfing.
They were golfing the next
but
day.
I think there's more to Toronto than just the players. I think it's just maybe the whole organization. However, the
Champlain is no more.
Yeah. So, but anyways, going to the Eastern Conference, Carolina again. They're a team that I don't know what the heck they need to do either. They have good players, and I think you've talked about it. They don't have a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And
they did.
But oh well, he still lost in conference finals.
Yeah.
But do you go after a superstar with that's the thing. Like I feel like they would need at least 2 superstars, but they would have to get rid of a lot of their top guys to do it. So it's just their guys need to show up. And I know their coach, it's been going around that he's like, well, I don't know, like we've had a good season, but you guys all worried about this. So,
Yeah,
it's like, dude, yeah. I'm like, what? It doesn't, like, your season doesn't matter when it gets to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When you go 4-1 the first 2 rounds, and then you get 4-1,
they basically got swept. Let's be real.
And they out of all these teams, they've had the most time off compared to everybody else, especially against Florida. Florida had 4-1, but then they went 4-3 against a tough Toronto team, and then they just don't show up and, like you said, pretty much get swept. But it went 4-1, and so it's just, we're gonna say you guys have a terrible season because the last 15 games you lose at the conference finals.
Yeah.
That means you've been swept the last 4 years. You're finally at a win. You would have been swept for what, 4 or 5 years straight?
Yeah. Well, the last time they went past it was when they won the Cup back in 09, 08.
So they have the team, I think, but they just
maybe it's not the right coach.
They need more grit. I think it is. I think
because it's starting to seem like these teams are losing out because of coaching.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some of that's why Dallas kind of lost with some of the coaching decisions and stuff like that, and the Kings especially, yeah. But some of these series are getting lost, kind of dealing with a little bit of poor coaching and some bad coaching decisions during some crucial moments.
Yeah. So I don't know. Carolina's gonna be a tricky one.
Well, and then because I mean, it's not like they have the greatest goalie. Like Anderson played well.
Yeah.
But
if they
I wonder if maybe they need a different goaltender back there.
Like a Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think Jets look at a good goaltender too.
Yeah, I mean,
but
he's been known to struggle when it comes to playoff time, and it's showing. It really showed this playoffs.
Yeah, but I think that takes a lot of, well, that's the thing. When it gets to playoffs, every team gets more physical and are fighting in front of that net, and that's where he struggles the most. But again, Carolina.
Yeah, because I mean, Jarvis, he showed up somewhat to play. It's Shvechkov and Aho really didn't too much. They had their moments in games, but it's not enough. You need more. You need more help around the side.
I don't know what they need. I don't know what the GM's got in mind.
And it's funny because it's like they weren't shooting. Like, for you compared to the series against Washington, well, and that's just the way that Florida plays as well. Florida wasn't like it was game 1. I think the first period or so, I think Carolina was able to play their game, but ever since then, after that, Florida just didn't let them play their game and they got in the shooting lanes. They didn't let them shots hit the net or get by the net or anything. They were able to clear the puck, and they were able to get a good break in or break out, and then be able to enter the zone in easily. Like, they just took Carolina right off their game, and it showed because Yeah, Carolina was just not playing at all. I mean, even they had their chance, shoot the puck. They had their fans chanting, shoot the puck. Like,
yeah, which isn't.
that's what I was yelling at the Caps when they were playing. Shoot the damn puck. Like, after cross the damn blue line, shoot the puck. Quit trying to dilly-dally around. Like, shoot the puck, man.
So yeah, both Dallas and Carolina, like they're close. So what couple pieces do you need to really get over the hump? It's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm. You just gotta win.
I know.
You just gotta win those certain games.
So, but
Dallas only had the one game one. That was it. They had the third period comeback, and they came back, scored 5?
Yeah.
In the third period, or whatever, 4 in the third period, and since then it was.
Yeah, I don't know, but oh well. Let's just talk about the final because it's gonna be a crazy one again. For this to happen, Florida's now been in it for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the last 6 years have been all Florida teams.
Yeah.
So that's just crazy of it in itself is unbelievable. But to have the opportunity to now win again, but now you have a team that literally you just faced, last year. That's even more rare.
Went to 7.
And
already.
and so that's what I've been like debating, right? Who's gonna win it, right? Who's not gonna win it, and how many games is it gonna take?
I don't think anybody is saying 5.
I
don't think
I have to assume it's going 7.
I mean,
I have to assume.
Yeah, I mean, my thing. Yeah, I'm thinking it's 7, but you could maybe go 6. Still, like there's nowhere below that.
No.
There's not even a possibility.
No. Especially what happened last year. Florida up 3-0. Edmonton comes back.
Especially watching the team so far.
Yeah. So the thing is though for me is I know for me I think if Florida sticks with their plan of just pounding and hitting and just they don't let off, I don't think Edmonton can beat them. I really don't. You look at, and again, if you look at Edmonton from this year to last year, I think they are worse with their group of people. Now, the veterans of those guys are kind of clicking now, and they were hot last series, which helped them out a lot. So if that happens, that's why I see it going to 7, and then it can go either way. But if you're putting everything, if McDavid and Draisaitl and even Brochard or whatever is doing all the work, they're not gonna win. The third, fourth, Perry's been doing hot, but again, last how many years have Perry been into the finals and he loses it? Perry's not your good luck charm. So
I just looked. Perry's been in the Stanley Cup Finals the last 5 years.
Yeah, and they've all lost. So
the first one was 2020 with Dallas.
Yeah, no, Dallas has not been the same since. So yeah, I don't know. I if you're putting and that's the thing. Like Florida, they'll just pound and wait till you're tired, and they beat you in that third period. So does Florida? If Florida, like I said, if Florida just keeps going and pounding and pounding and pounding, that sounds bad. But if they keep going hard like that, they win it, and I think it's gonna win by at least 7 games. I think these goes to 7 games, but I think the games Edmonton wins are just gonna maybe be an overtime winner, or it's just gonna be like a 1-goal win. But I think if Florida is gonna win, it's gonna be a couple goals.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. My money's on Edmonton at 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think it's almost like right now Florida is getting depth like hella. They're getting scoring from. They've got goals from I don't know how many other like everybody's got points in the team. Like everybody has contributed, so like they're getting a lot of their scoring and everything from their depth guys, and not so much from their top guys. But their top guys are coming in through when it matters, especially like last series, Barkov is doing Barkov things, and now he just won the Selke again.
Yeah.
But deserving so as being the best around like two-way forward. Yeah, I think for this series, it's gonna matter is if Florida's top 6 can stop Edmonton's top 6 from scoring too much.
Yeah.
Because the depth in Edmonton, like I agree, is not there as
Yeah.
it was in the prior year. And I mean Skinner, yeah, but if he plays, if
Yeah.
Skinner gets into play, and that's if it doesn't sound like Connor Hyman's out, so they're gonna need someone else now to take his place up in the top 6. And Connor Brown's out, and I don't know if he'll be back or not in time for the first game or not. So then you're gonna need more scoring and
Yeah.
more, something from your bottom 6 guys. And I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it. When it comes to the Florida's bottom 6, and
Yeah.
so like that
Yep.
top 6 with Perry, Draisaitl, yeah, Hopkins, and obviously McDavid. They're really gonna need to show up and play. Arvidson's gonna need to really show
Yeah.
up and play and score some goals. They're gonna need to get gritty. But it's so hard to go against this. McDavid and Draisaitl are so
I know.
good, dude.
I
They're
said that last
so
year.
freaking good. It's just stupid. It's cheating.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so cheating. But that's like I don't know, man. But Florida's got the better all-around team and way more depth.
Yeah.
But Edmonton is just they're sneaky and speed.
Well,
they
that's
can
the
sneak
thing.
in. Man.
Yeah. Like with Edmonton, again, I feel, and I could go back and forth. I
I
can say
know.
Edmonton's going to win in 7 and Florida's going to win in 7. The reason why I could see Edmonton winning in 7 because they know the feeling of losing.
Yeah.
Florida,
McDavid's
they
psycho.
do.
He's a psychotic.
Yeah, Florida, like, they know what it felt to lose a couple years ago,
Mhm.
but they've won it last year, so they know how
They're hungry still.
Yeah, they know how it feels to when they want that winning again.
Mhm.
But Edmonton, I feel like Edmonton's doesn't want to lose again. Weighs so much heavier than
Mhm.
we got to win again. type
Well,
of
I think
mentality.
Edmonton's journey throughout this playoffs really shows how much they really want it. First series, obviously, you know how that series
Yeah.
goes. They get down 2-0 right away, but then they come back and
4-1
whoop,
or
just
4-2.
smack the Kings,
Kings.
and then they go on and face the Knights.
Yeah, easily
Just
run
kind of
through that
easily
one.
win the run through that one, and then the same thing, with Dallas.
Yes.
After Dallas fights tooth and nail through Winnipeg to get to them where they're at, and then on the opposite side you have Florida. I mean, they're actually kind of the same thing. Florida, they kind of weirdly enough an easy series against Tampa that nobody saw.
Yep.
It's based on how Tampa played the end of the season. They
Yep.
4-1 them. Wow. Well then they go to 7 against Toronto. What the hell? Even after being down, same thing as Edmonton
Yeah.
was in the first round, down 2-0. Florida
Yeah.
has to come win all the way through. They go to 6. Then you come up, and then they
Steamroll
just
them.
steamroll through Carolina like it was
Yeah.
nothing. Like it was playing against babies. It was like they
Yeah.
were playing against the Sharks, and that's
Yeah.
nothing against Sharks. It's just the Sharks are young.
Yeah.
That's just what it felt like. They're playing against a young team.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say, if Edmonton wins, it shows that speed can win games.
No.
But again, that's like only like McDavid and Dries. Like
Yeah.
a lot of their guys are younger, but I just feel like how Florida's been playing, being that physicality, that is what keeps winning championships.
Yeah, I mean they
I
got a
know
fourth line that
yeah.
I've never heard of who are scoring goals.
Yeah,
I've never
I
heard
think
of any of these guys.
Everybody, like, even when you look at like Vegas's runs, like when they won, they were still being physical, and I think a lot of people, like, during the regular season, it's like, oh, it's about skill, skill, skill. But when it comes to playoffs, you got one or two teams that are just pounding, and they're all about physicality, and those are the teams that are going a little bit farther. Now, Edmonton, going through this series, the Kings, they're somewhat physical, but not crazy. Vegas, they're not that physical. And Dallas wasn't that physical either.
No.
So they haven't faced any physical opponents. Florida, they are the physical team, and I think that's why they beat Tampa so bad. Toronto, I just think they have a lot of skilled guys,
For sure.
a little bit more than Edmonton, and that's why that went to 7, because they can't hit everybody, right? On floor, right? So,
well, and when it helps when you have like 2-3 guys who, when it
Yeah.
comes to games 5, 6, 7, who just totally shit the bed.
Yeah. So it's just, to me, it's, again, I think if Philadelphia, wow, the Florida Panthers are physical like they have been, they're gonna win this series.
Well, and
but-
that thing is too. I mean, if Skinner can continue to play like he can, then the Edmonton will stay in this. But if he rescinds back to when he was in
is
the
true.
first round, it's over.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
Bobrovsky is Bobrovsky.
Yeah,
You
he's-
don't have to worry about him, but you got to worry about Skinner on the other side.
Yep.
And I don't know if Pickard can
I don't
play.
even know.
I
even know.
haven't heard it because I mean they're just riding out Skinner for now. But if Pickard could play and
Right.
come back in, then I think they'll be okay. But I don't know if you want to lose a game based off Skinner's play. That's something you don't want to give up at all. Not against a Florida team.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a fun series. That's all I can say. It's gonna be a fun
I
series.
know it feels long though too. We're already in June.
know.
We're gonna be like halfway through June till the series is over. It's like why did they have such a break? I feel like they didn't need to have that long of a break in between the series.
5 games or 5 days.
Yeah, it was almost a week in between. It was like, why? Why couldn't we play it? Why couldn't they? I wish they would have started on Sunday or something.
Yeah.
Because at least we could have watched it and started at the beginning of the week,
Yeah.
not right in the middle of the week. It's kind of weird.
So, Game 7 would be Friday, June 20th.
Yeah.
That would be Game 7. We could have Game 6. If we have a Game 6, our last episode will go live and we'll just live stream the game.
Yeah.
We'll play bingo.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll just go from there. But yeah, again, super exciting. Yeah, can Edmonton finally win and can Florida repeat?
Will there be a Cup of Canada or not?
So
Come to the U.S., back to the U.S., or will it be going up to the north?
finally in the north.
Yeah.
I will say so. Last year, the I think it was Amazon. Amazon did that face off. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen this or not.
I haven't seen it.
So season 2 is going to be very exciting.
Oh.
So exciting. We have Anze Kopitar. I
Yeah.
love it.
Huh.
They're following him. So following Sid the Kid,
Yeah.
and they might be following another guy I can't remember.
A
but
Rook,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the big one, the fun one, is Rannon.
Yeah.
They followed Rannon this last year.
Yeah. So we'll get to see.
We'll get to see
everything.
what he feels about going to asking for a trade, not wanting to play in Carolina, and settling in Dallas. I'm a little excited to see like if they talk about the Kings in that way, like I don't know yet type of thing. But that is going to give us a big insight of kind of what all really happened on Rannon's side and everything. So I'm excited to see that season 2
I know,
of
a little bit of
Face
drama
Off.
there for the NHL that we don't see too often.
Yep.
And we'll
So-
get to see maybe get some questions answered.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing too. I was going to mention about Carolina Superstar when you brought that up though, is that their owner is known not to pay.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Where is he gonna? He's got to open up the
Paycheck.
the paycheck in the bank to bring in that because they didn't want to pay Gensel.
Yep.
But I think the Rantanen thing, that's not with money. That's just that he didn't want to be there.
Rannon didn't want to be there.
Yeah, and so that wasn't a money issue. But
Yeah.
still, regardless of that, it's just that I don't. He's gotta want to bring in like that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for out in the Wild. Like the same thing that the Wild's gonna need to do for Kaprizov is you need
Yeah.
to
Well,
blank
that's the
check
thing.
that.
The thing with the Wild, they had that suitor. And
Yeah,
now they're freed up from that.
Yeah,
so-
but even then,
yeah.
I just don't think they would pay out because
Yeah.
Minnesota sports as a whole has been known not to pay. So
unless if you're girls, because the girls.
Yeah, well, that's
hockey
'cause-
team won again.
it's because they win. That's what
Yeah,
I think. That
so-
they know that's how you win championships.
So that face-off's gonna be really fun this season. They got super lucky to follow Rannon.
Yeah.
That's the biggest drama.
Which is
so
cool
far.
because the season before they followed McDavid and he goes all the way to final like that. Like that's
Yeah.
just like, how the hell do you get so lucky picking
Yeah,
like that?
they,
You
they
know,
did some
there's
good picking, dude.
32 teams. There's
well,
like
and they picked
23
Matthew
guys.
Tkachuk.
Yeah.
So they did really good picking
Yeah.
guys this year or last year, even this year.
Yeah.
I was Anze, for people that don't follow West Coast, I'm excited for that to
True.
see that he's literally one of the best centers in the West Coast for sure,
Mm.
if not the best. Of course, I'm gonna say he's the best, but he's been very below the radar because of that West Coast. So to get to see that would be awesome.
Too bad they didn't follow Ovi for
Yeah, I know.
this
Next
record-breaking goal.
Last year,
I
next year
know.
maybe. But so face-offs really gonna be fun this coming season. I'm not sure when that comes out, but well, have to tell you guys more about that when that gets closer. In other news, great news for me, our Stanley Cup bracket.
Are you winning?
I won.
Did you really?
I'm the only one.
That is hilarious.
The only one, because Florida Panthers made it to the finals. No one had Florida Panthers, and because of that, I win because everyone else's bracket is completely gone.
Is that really how it is then? Because then you have the most points. I haven't honestly looked.
I have the most points. I had. The
How's
most,
that possible? When
I had the most points. I had my whole points or my max points first round.
Yeah.
At 144.
How does that? Then how did we? How did we have? I had like 300 something. How did I end with?
That was your max.
Oh.
My max was already set when after that first round because I won how I picked.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, if Florida goes all the way, then your max is 144. So I went from like 4th or 3rd to 1st because everyone else picked wrong, and I have Florida going. Because everyone had Florida losing the second round.
I had Florida losing against Washington.
So.
Actually, in the conference finals.
Yeah. So that's where a lot of people messed up.
I had it 7 too, by the way. I went to 7, and I gave Washington the win, just so it wasn't. Just so people don't know that I didn't diss Florida.
Don't matter, man.
I know.
So I won. I'll keep my money. So.
That's so funny. Thank God we don't have to pay out. No, I'm just kidding. I was actually thinking about it today. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, crap. I gotta check see who's winning on brackets. I was like, great. If we have to pay per, I'm gonna be so mad.
Nope. So I won that. So, but I will say, to Perman, I think there was like 3 other guys or something.
Perman, Reader, and I
think it was an Oakley.
Yeah.
And
somebody else.
Jake?
I'd have to look. Yeah, that sounds about right. Jake Jack.
Jake Jack, is that what it was?
Something.
I want to make sure. Oh, I don't even have it anymore because I'm like, I won, so who cares? Oh, I do have it. Never mind. I just want to make sure we get these guys. So yeah, Perm, thank you, man. Oakley, Jack, Lovely, yep, and then Reed. Thank you guys for doing the brackets and on playing with us.
Mm-hmm.
But
you had a chance, man.
Yeah.
200 smacks.
Jeez. Yeah. So I win with 144.
What did I have? Like
Perm with 104. You're at 59.
Oh my gosh.
Oakley's at 56. Jack was at 43, and same with Reader was at 43.
Yeah, I remember after that first round, Permanent was looking great. I was sitting up there with 300 points, and then that second round was absolute killer for me because like all my teams got eliminated that I picked.
Yeah, I'm the only one that picked at least one of the finals.
God, I was man. I almost had. Dang man, it sucks.
Sucks to suck, boys.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely do that again next year. Hopefully we have a little bit more.
I think we'll be better. We'll be better for that,
hopefully.
and we'll be better for our picks or our like before the season starts. Yeah. For the, I seriously, we'll be a lot better for ranking wise.
I hope.
Because I tell you what, not gonna diss on Vegas. I'm sorry, Minnesota, you're dropping.
St. Louis is moving up.
St. Louis is probably gonna go up, and I just thought of it too, and I'm not remembering it. I can't think of it. But somebody else wasn't gonna.
Nashville.
No. That's gonna be. I have no idea where that's gonna.
That could be 1-2, or it can be 28-29.
They could make the playoffs next year, or they could be the same spot they are right now.
Yeah.
I literally can't tell you. Like that's one I have no idea.
Yeah. So yeah. Anything else?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. So like we said, guys, we got one more episode next week, or in 2 weeks, the 17th. That might be live streamed. Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. If not, we will.
Well, I hope it's freaking games. I hope it goes farther than that. Honestly,
yeah. If it goes to game 5, it'd be crazy.
I'd really be disappointed if it only went to 5.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, again, we'll try to live stream and it doesn't cut us off so many times.
What's gonna be worse because we'll be streaming it like the game too coming through.
Well, hey, we'll try our best.
Well,
guys.
It worked over the season when we.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my computer. Maybe I just need it updated. I don't know.
I'll bring my laptop.
There you go. All right, guys. Other than that, we will see you guys all in 2 weeks. Again, follow us here on YouTube.
Stay out of trouble because it's summertime. You guys don't have school either. Sorry.
Follow us subscribe to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, guys. And other than that, we will see you guys all in 2 weeks.